Good, happy Tuesday morning. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, man drowns at Profile Falls while trying to rescue child. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Is there any way I can get an oil change today?
Without an appointment? Try in like 2 weeks.
There has to be an easier way.
Come to Auto Fair Honda, home of the $17.95 oil change.
I don't have an appointment today. Is there any way I can get an oil change?
Of course. We'll have you out of here in 39 minutes or less. Works free.
Servicing your vehicle is fast and easy at Auto Fair Honda. Call or book your appointment online at autofairhonda.com.
Auto Fair makes it happen.
These rushing waters are why people come from all over to enjoy Profile Falls, but police say the beauty can also be dangerous.
Some of the youngsters that were there experienced some trouble in the water.
That's when their relative jumped in to help all four kids.
This is a large pool, and as a result, it appears that the victim may have had a hard time swimming.
He drowned in 8 feet of water. When police arrived, some other Good Samaritans had already pulled him out. A woman who lives on Profile Falls Road visits the falls regularly.
We take our grandkids down there all the time. They walked down there earlier today. They're 2, 4, and 8.
Police say the children that were rescued from the water are fine.
Some of the children were transported to an area hospital, and at this time they are okay.
He urged people getting into the water to wear a life jacket.
You don't just need to have them when you're out on a boat. You should always have one with you, because you never know what the current's going to be like or what someone's swimming ability is going to be like.
And that by wearing one, it could help save a life. Police say they have not released the man's name yet because this is still an active investigation. In Bristol, Kristen Pope, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. 2-car crash shuts down portion of Brown Avenue in Manchester. Let's take a listen. Let's take a look. A listen to the video. And give me 1 minute. We're having a little technical difficulties with our video right now.
Is there any way I can get an oil change today?
Without an appointment? Try in like 2 weeks.
There has to be an easier way.
Come to Auto Fair Honda, home of the $17.95 oil change.
I don't have an appointment today. Is there any way I can get an oil change?
Of course. We'll have you out of here in 39 minutes or less. Works free.
Servicing your vehicle is fast and easy at Auto Fair Honda. Call or book your appointment online at autofairhonda.com.
Auto Fair makes it happen.
Tom and Shelley, Brown Avenue is still closed at this hour, and I want to show you exactly why. You can see 2 Manchester police officers right now. They are taking measurements at the scene where the accident happened, and they're doing it tonight so that they don't have to tie up traffic in the morning. Let's now show you some video we took right before the 2 cars were loaded onto tow trucks. Sometime before 9 o'clock tonight, a Toyota Celica and a Cadillac were involved in an accident on Brown Avenue. One of them was badly damaged with debris scattered on the road. There appears to be several skid marks where the crash happened. Police say one person was transported to the hospital with non-serious injuries. They say that the circumstances surrounding the crash are under investigation, but at this time, speed does appear to be a factor. And police are expecting to reopen this road very soon as these measurements are done, and we'll expect an update from them in the morning. For now, that's the latest live in Manchester. Mike Cronin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Nashua mother found guilty of murder in daughter's death. Let's take a listen to the video.
Any way I can get an oil change today?
Without an appointment, try in like 2 weeks.
There has to be an easier way.
Come to Auto Fair Honda, home of the $17.95 oil change.
I don't have an appointment today. Is there any way I can get an oil change?
Of course. We'll have you out of here in 39 minutes or less. Works free.
Servicing your vehicle is fast and easy at Auto Fair Honda. Call or book your appointment online at autofairhonda.com.
Auto Fair makes it happen.
It's time for justice for Rio.
Calling Caitlin Marin an angry, manipulative, and deceitful killer, Judge Charles Temple found her guilty of second-degree murder in the 2014 beating death of Marin's 3-year-old daughter, Brielle Gage.
This trial was not about peace at all. This trial was about sheer terror and pain for this beautiful little child.
Marin was accused of attacking the child twice on one November night, breaking bones and causing 150 bruises on the child's body. The motive, according to prosecutors, Gage had wet herself and went wandering the apartment looking for some food.
Somebody who did something absolutely unspeakable has been brought to some small measure of justice. And I say some small measure of justice because no matter what, that 3-year-old is still dead, and she died a terrible death.
At trial, defense lawyers tried to shift blame, saying it was equally possible that Marin's fiance, Michael Rivera, could have inflicted the fatal blows. Judge Temple noted during his verdict that Rivera should have protected the child, but said Marin's actions were senseless and cruel, adding that Gage no longer sheds any tears.
It's now time to turn the page on her death. It's time to celebrate this beautiful little soul who deserved so much more in life.
With this conviction, Marin faces a minimum of 35 years in prison, but prosecutors say that they expect to ask for much more than that. Sentencing is December the 2nd. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Andy Hirschberger, WMU.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Teen says he was paralyzed from the neck down overnight. Let's take a listen to this video. And we're having a little technical difficulties. Give me 1 minute, everyone.
Is there any way I can get an oil change today?
Without an appointment, try in like 2 weeks.
There has to be an easier way.
Come to Auto Fair Honda, home of the $17.95 oil change.
I don't have an appointment today. Is there any way I can get an oil change?
Of course. We'll have you out of here in 39 minutes or less. Works free.
Servicing your vehicle is fast and easy at Auto Fair Honda. Call or book your appointment online at autofairhonda.com.
Auto Fair makes it happen.
At first, I got a really bad feeling in my neck, and then I started calling her frantically, complaining that I couldn't feel part of my body. I really couldn't believe it. I was told I was never going to move again. My right arm is coming back. I believe that one day I will walk again.
We will be going back to school. It's just going to be delayed a little bit.
Okay, and there you have it on that report. Water bans on the seacoast as New Hampshire drought continues. Let's take a listen to this video from New Hampshire One News.
The drought continues here in New Hampshire with no real rain in sight. The seacoast, among the hardest hit areas in Portsmouth, residents are also dealing with restrictions when it comes to things like watering lawns and gardens.
Yeah, some seacoast residents have been told they can no longer water their lawns, and that's where we find meteorologist Ryan Breton tonight. Ryan?
Hey there, Charlie and Siobhan. We're here in Hampton in front of one of the water towers that's really feeling the stress in this lack of rain and drought. Now, over 115 New Hampshire water companies have issued restrictions of some sort here through the course of the summertime, and that really hasn't let up due to the significant lack of rainfall. The goal, not only to conserve the water, but to prevent our water supply from dwindling further as this drought continues. Today we spoke to Brian Getz, the Deputy Director of Public Works in Portsmouth, who has seen New Hampshire droughts before. He navigated Hampton through the last one over 15 years ago, and he says we have a long way until we get out of this one.
We're in deficit. We're going on our third dry year, a very dry summer, so it'll take quite a bit of at least average, if not above average, to really get us out of the drought.
And this is going further than just our lawns and gardens. Another interesting impact of this drought, Eversource says they're investing nearly $30 million in New Hampshire to trim and check on trees that are within the range of power lines. And they estimate that they are going to trim nearly 3,000 miles of trees in New Hampshire in the weeks ahead, all in an effort to prepare us ahead of the next potential power disruption. Just another one of those impacts that we're seeing in the middle of this drought. And it's certainly a gorgeous night. That's the one great thing about this weather. We certainly could use some rainfall. Chief Meteorologist Joe Joyce here with the answer on whether we may see some. Joe.
Maybe a little bit of Ryan here, but as we know, in this warm, dry pattern, getting rainfall over your lawn has been quite a challenge here. And as you look at your precipitation deficit, this is what we're running. This is the concern, as we have seen our precipitation running close to 15 inches below normal since January 1st in southern New Hampshire, from Manchester down through Nashua, Salem, through the Merrimack Valley. This is where we have this extreme, even close to historic drought, which has developed.
Okay, and there you go on that report. A look back at Anthony Weiner's sexting scandal. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
Don't trust a wimpy bag to do a hefty job.
Twice, when Congressman Anthony Weiner was caught sending out lewd pictures of himself on Twitter, his wife, the top Clinton aide Huma Abedin, stood by him. Tonight, however, Abedin has apparently reached her limit. Will this latest tabloid story have political implications for her boss? Here's ABC's David Wright.
She is the woman behind the nation's most powerful woman. Hillary Clinton's closest aide, Huma Abedin, is seen here leaving a campaign fundraiser in the Hamptons last night, just as the New York Post was breaking the latest scandal about her husband, Anthony Weiner, allegedly caught sexting again. This time with his son right there, asleep in the bed with him. For Weiner, this was the third strike. Tonight, their marriage is over. After long and painful consideration and work on my marriage, I've made the decision to separate from my husband, Abedin said in a statement. Really? We're talking about Anthony Weiner's junk again?
Okay, and there you have it on that report. Man arrested after trying to open Alaskan Airlines door mid-flight. Authorities led a man off an Alaskan Airlines flight in handcuffs after he attempted to open the aircraft's door mid-flight on Monday, reports KOMO, an ABC affiliate in Seattle. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Tuesday. See you back here later on. Goodbye, everyone.